Hey, what's up and welcome back to a new video. Shawn's the name, YouTube's the game, and today I want to talk about something that so many people ask me. They say, Shawn, how does the YouTube algorithm work? How do I get ranked #1 when someone searches something? How do I get a million hits? First of all, what is even a hit? I mean, are we living in 2004 right now? If you are saying, hey, I want this video to get tons of hits, I don't even know what a hit is. Like, you want me to hit you in the face? Like, no. If you want your video to get a lot of views, I can help you with that. Anyway, everyone wants their videos to rank really well on YouTube because we all know this. If a video doesn't rank on the first page of someone's search query, then they're probably not gonna find your video. Like the best way to hide a dead body, we all know this. It's on the second page of the search on YouTube, right? Like you put a body on the second page, no one's gonna find that ever. Like seriously, that works 10 out of 10 times when I'm hiding my dead bodies, throw them on the second page, no one finds them. Anyway, today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how you can actually get your videos to rank #1 and on the first page of a YouTube search. So let's do it. All right, so today I want to actually start out by showing this, my YouTube play button, because I've actually gotten a few comments and people reaching out lately saying like, why does this guy always tell us a bunch of YouTube tips and tricks when he's uploading them on a channel that really isn't that big? Guys, I've been on YouTube forever. I feel like I say this during all my videos as well, but I've been on YouTube forever. I built up like channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions and hundreds of millions of views. So I've been on YouTube for a while. I know how videos can actually rank well with the algorithm. And I'm going to tell you guys about that today. So I just kind of had to, I guess, show off a little bit of clout to get some people to actually believe me. Because again, some people have been like, who is this guy? Why is he saying these things? Whatever. But anyway, if you're new on here, then I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you to subscribe to this channel because I'm always giving tons of YouTube tips and tricks to help you guys grow your new channels. And this is a newer channel of mine, so hopefully you enjoy this video today. But let's talk about search ranking. So there's actually a few things you need to understand before we dive into SEO ranking and like growth hacking and all these great things. And that's essentially how the YouTube algorithm works. Now, I could spend hours and hours and hours on the YouTube algorithm. Actually, I've done this in my YouTube masterclass. I'll leave a link down below, but for those of you who don't know, I've got a great YouTube masterclass where I think I've got like 8 hours or 9 hours of content in that masterclass on how to actually grow a channel from nothing to something pretty incredible, making you 6 figures, all that kind of good stuff. I do not have time in this video to fully break down the YouTube algorithm, so we're only going to be focusing on the search component of the YouTube algorithm. So the 3 things that we're gonna be focusing on today to actually maximize the use of the algorithm to get our video to rank on the first page of someone's search is #1 gonna be the view duration of your video, #2 is gonna be the age of the video, and then #3, I group them all together, and it's gonna be the text surrounding your video. So we're talking title, description, tags, all that kind of good stuff. And again, this is only when someone is searching for a video on YouTube. The algorithm takes into way more important components on how you can get your videos to show up and rank really well to get more views. Like for example, when you go on YouTube, you typically will go on YouTube for a specific video, or you'll search for something, you'll watch that video, but then more likely than not, you're not going to be searching for another video until you watch another 1 or 2 that pop up on the right? So you've got these suggested videos. We're not talking about how to rank your video to show up on those suggested videos or for YouTube to promote them on someone's homepage. That's something entirely different in regards to the YouTube algorithm. I'll try to make some videos explaining some of those, so that's another reason why you should subscribe to this channel. But again, we're focusing solely on when someone actually searches in keywords on YouTube. The algorithm's intense, so that's why I break it down into these 3 simple things. So #1, we're gonna be talking about view duration. So what exactly is view duration? Well, view duration is essentially how long someone watches your video. So if someone clicks on your video and clicks away from it after 7 seconds, then YouTube goes, maybe this video isn't that great, so we're not really going to be promoting this one as well because people aren't staying and watching the whole thing. So with that being said, you should watch this entire video, but really just to kind of improve your view duration, you want to actually create an engaging video. So if I was just sitting here all in one take and just not moving or doing any type of, exaggerations or hand motions, or if I was literally just like, all right guys, so the YouTube algorithm searches is this is how you do this and this is how you do this. Boom! boom, everyone would be like, wow, that is the most boring video I think I've ever watched on YouTube. I am watching like 30 seconds of it and I fell asleep and I clicked off to go watch another video. So to increase your view duration, you just want to keep your video engaging, and so people actually go, yeah, I like what this guy's saying. I think I'm learning a good amount here, and I'm gonna continue watching the video. So again, don't click away from this video. But number 2 is gonna be the age of the video. So if you guys notice, when you search on YouTube, you'll typically search for something, and one of the first videos, or sometimes the first 2 videos, are gonna be very recent videos. If you search for a term that is pretty much, I guess well known or a little more popular, so a lot of people are searching for it, you'll typically see a video that was uploaded, within the last 24 hours, or sometimes, within the last 3 days. You'll see a very recent video. But then also below that, or sometimes above that, you'll see a video that was uploaded a year or 2 ago that's been on YouTube for a while, but it's got lots of views. It's got millions in views or hundreds and thousands of views, again, depending on the search term that you do. But you'll typically see a mix. You'll see something where it's a new video, something that's very fresh and new, and then you'll see a video that's kind of been on YouTube for a while that a lot of people really like because there's lots of views on it. So this is why I always say that consistency on YouTube is incredibly important, and is hands down, I think, one of the most important components to growing a YouTube channel. If you're not being consistent, if you're not uploading regular content, then you're not showing up in these searches for, when someone searches for something that relates to your video that you uploaded yesterday, well, they're not gonna see it if you didn't upload yesterday. So you need to constantly be uploading videos so you can rank higher in these things, give your viewers and subscribers, more content. So that's why I am huge on consistency, okay? So that kind of ties into the age of the video. You need to be creating newer videos regularly so YouTube can pick that up in the searches and just in the algorithm as a whole. But number 3 we're gonna be talking about is gonna be text. And this is a common misconception here, but everyone thinks the text surrounding your video is the biggest factor in how it ranks on YouTube. So I've seen people do so many things. I've seen some insane tags. I've seen some descriptions that are like maxed out on characters of people trying to put in as many keywords as possible to try to rank better. I've seen people trying to get others to comment loads of great information in the comment section, because comments do matter. And I've seen like closed captions, and people spend all of this time on increasing the text surrounding their video. I mean, they'll spend 40% of the time it takes to create that video on just SEO and tagging. I gotta make this perfect title, these perfect tags, and perfect description. And yes, while those do matter, it is the lowest factor. I mean, all of those things combined are still less than the view duration on your video. So if you are not creating a high quality video that keeps people engaged and keeps them watching your video, then, all that text and tagging and titling and description, like, it's great, but it's really not gonna help that much. Content is king on YouTube, so you always need to be creating good content. Good content is gonna be seen, and YouTube is gonna be able to promote that to others. But to put things in a perspective, guys, titles, descriptions, and tags, they each make up 1% of the weight when it comes to ranking your video on YouTube. Now, closed captions and comments each make up 2%. So you can see that that's just a handful of percentage points when it comes to actually ranking your video in the algorithm. So I bet a lot of you clicked on this video and go, oh, I thought this whole video is just gonna be about how I title things and tag things and put things into my description for them to rank well. And yes, we are gonna talk about that in just a second, but just know that all 3 of these things work together as a team. You gotta have great content to keep the view duration high. You gotta be creating regular content so the age of the video can rank you a little bit higher. And you've also got to be working on your text. And again, we're going to talk about that in a second. But so many people just rely solely on tagging, and it really just breaks my heart because you're not going to get very far. So best strategy I can give you for the text surrounding your video, guys, is to have all that stuff written out and done before you actually start creating your video. So you need to have a vision in mind when you go to create your video, because think about it. If you don't got your title and your tags ready to go, you're going to create your video and go, what should I title this? What should I tag this to create, to reach these type of people? No. When I create my videos, this video I'm creating right now, I've already got the title in mind. I've got my tags in mind, my description in mind. I've got everything in mind because I've got this vision in place to go, all right, I'm going to be targeting this type of people who are searching for these type of things. And then I just create the video and it supplements all the text that I've already got ready to go. Hopefully that makes sense. You're gonna wanna be doing all of your research ahead of time and all of your planning ahead of time. You don't just wanna record and then figure it out later. And don't be afraid to get some great inspiration from some other YouTubers on the platform. You can get some great ideas by checking in on some descriptions, some titles, some tags, all that kind of good stuff. So number one, the number one tool you're gonna wanna be using for these things to kind of increase your SEO and your search ranking, it's your bread and butter, well, my bread and butter on YouTube, and it's called vidIQ. It's a Chrome extension, it's gorgeous, and a real lifesaver, you know, when it comes to crafting your content or like drafting up some text for some of your existing content. But you can see how relevant your topic is and if people are even searching around for it, like along with like what the competition on it is. And I mean, if the vidIQ score is over 40, then I'd say it's definitely worth making a video on. And you can actually go into an existing video, you know, and see if it's ranking well for like a specific topic. You can nab some good tags from it, or you can see like what's doing well on it and kind of compare that to your video or plan that when you're creating your video. I'm telling you, vidIQ is a serious lifesaver. So play around with vidIQ, figure out, you know, kind of get familiar with how the tags and descriptions and titling works. It'll give you rankings and ratings on each of them. So I highly recommend you use vidIQ. Again, it's a Chrome extension. If you don't use Chrome, then like, what are you even doing with your life? Now, another tool that I actually like to use, and it's nothing that you have to actually go to or download or utilize, it's actually just on YouTube itself. I'm talking about searching a word or a phrase on YouTube and then seeing like what comes up in the suggested box. Basically, if those words and phrases are being suggested, then that means that the other people are searching those things, and it's probably a good topic to create a video on to fill that need. Also, another really good tip is to actually put an asterisk or like the star in front or after a word or phrase, because that acts like a wild card to give you some more results. These are great ways to farm keywords when you're searching for what content you should be creating, or for just, I guess, what you should be titling and tagging your videos. Speaking of tags, the next tool that I always recommend, it's actually what I use for every single one of my videos, and I made like 2,000 videos at this point. It's called rapidtags.io. So go on there, you just type in your title, and it'll spit out some really great ranking keywords to put in your tag. So it's really great. Always shoot for the long tail tags instead of the one word tags. Those always perform loads better. So yeah, pick and choose with those. They're great ways to kind of, I usually take about like, I don't know, 70% of the tags Rapid Tags generates, and then I throw them into my, my tags, and then I'll kind of write my own that I kind of like, or do some other searching with Google Trends or whatnot. So that's how you should be doing your tags. Again, don't spend too much time on your tags. They're only worth 1% of how your video ranks. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is descriptions on YouTube. There's no real perfect answer for how you could do a description on your YouTube video, and there's no real tool out there that actually makes your descriptions go, yeah, your description's great. It's kind of something that really doesn't make a huge difference. Remember, it's like 1%, but it is something that's kind of cool to link in, kind of build your brand a little bit better. What I always recommend for descriptions, guys, is to find a similar video to the video you're planning on making or that you've made, and just see what the descriptions are like on those videos. See, hey, what are they putting in there? What are kind of the keywords that I think relates to the content in the video that people could be searching? So I like to search for maybe 3 videos that are similar to mine, copy and paste all their descriptions into one Word document, and then see similarities with each of those descriptions. What are some of the keywords that are showing up in all 3 of those? What are some of the phrases that are showing up in all 3 of those? And I'll kind of take those, I'll put them in my description and kind of, you know, mesh them into kind of like my language and my wording so it all fits perfectly. Again, don't spend too much time on your descriptions. You don't want to get caught up on that. It's not a huge factor into how your video ranks. You should focus more on your title and even the comments on your video. Mainly the title, not necessarily for what people are searching for, but for what would get people interested, if that makes sense. So I want your title to be, yeah, of course, stuff that people are going to be searching for, but you want it to be engaging to where someone will read that title and go, huh, yeah, that's interesting, or that's entertaining, or that's cool. I want to check that out. I want to click on that. And then another thing, guys, is comments. You should always be asking your viewers or telling your viewers to comment something down below. The more engagement on your video, the better that it's going to rank. So with that being said, comment down below what you guys think about these 3 things so far. I'd love to hear your feedback and also to help my video rank a little bit. But it's also good to see what's working for you guys, what's working for other people. So I always like to have the comment section of my videos kind of an open discussion of what's working for people and what's not working for people in terms of their, I guess, strategies and their path of success on YouTube. But bottom line, guys, there's thousands of data points that gets factored into how your video ranks on YouTube. So many people get caught up in trying to growth hack and use these great farming tools, and then they come to me and they say, well, my videos aren't ranking well. Like, what's going on? Guys, bottom line, you got to make good content. Content is king on here, so if you can create some highly engaging content that keeps people engaged on YouTube, then your video is going to rank well. Think of it in terms of YouTube's perspective. If you can keep someone constantly watching your videos or staying on the platform, making YouTube money, they're going to be promoting your video in return. If you scratch YouTube's back, they're gonna scratch yours. I always tell people, just prove to YouTube that your content is good. Once you prove to them that it's good, then they'll take over from there and kind of get your channel moving and pumping. But guys, those are kind of the main things. Again, I know that YouTube SEO and growth and all this kind of stuff is like a huge mystery to most people. And even for those like myself who think we've got a really good grasp of it, it's never going to be black and white. So the thing that you can spend the most time on is just making good content. But use those 3 techniques I talked about today to help your content rank a little bit better. Again, guys, it's a team effort with everything. So you got to be doing all 3 of those things to really get it moving and going up on the rankings with that. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you can hit that like button. Also, please comment down below and subscribe if you're new to this channel. I'm always dropping some great information on this newer channel of mine, and I always appreciate all of you guys watching. But again, Shawn's the name, YouTube's the game, and I will see you guys in the next video.